We're back, AdventureBlur here. Even after almost 20 years, KK is still probably the most iconic character of the Animal Crossing series. Though Isabelle does give him a run for his money, or in this case bells. KK has appeared in a ton of games, both in the series and in other gaming series. His music is iconic, and his laid-back personality really resonated with fans. So in this fact video, I want to go over some of the many interesting and obscure facts about KK Slider. Some are, of course, much more well known than others, but there's still some pretty interesting stuff here. So, let's get started. To start things off, let's talk about one of the more common facts about KK, dealing with his name. In Animal Crossing Population Growing, KK explains that the initials of his name, KK, actually stand for Toka Keke. Toka Keke is actually a nod to the Nintendo composer Kazumi Totaka, the same guy who puts the Totaka song in all of the games he's worked on. In fact, Totaka's song is also in all of the Animal Crossing games as KK song, adding to the reference. While we're dealing with the early days of Animal Crossing and KK, let's go over his first appearance outside of Japan. KK's first US and PAL appearance surprisingly wasn't in Animal Crossing for the GameCube, but in Super Smash Bros. Melee. In it, he, alongside Tom Nook and Rossetti, appear as trophies. KK is also not called KK in it, but goes by Toka Keke here instead. This is just one of KK's many non-Animal Crossing appearances. Really, most of his non-series cameos are just concerts he does in whatever game or event he's a part of. Of course, it's pretty common knowledge that KK has a cameo in Smash every Saturday night on the Animal Crossing stage Smashville. But there's also KK's other cameos. In Mario Kart 8's DLC and later 8 Deluxe, he can be seen at different locations in the Animal Crossing track having a concert. Where he'll be is dependent on the season, and his song will change to fit this as well. For spring he'll sing Bubblegum KK, for summer it'll be Go KK Rider, fall is KK Bossa, and finally winter is Stale Cupcakes. KK also showed up, literally, at the Splatoon 2 concert at Nintendo Live 2019. The concert is basically a Splatoon concert where the characters from the series are on stage thanks to hologram technology and sing the songs and act as if they're really there. Yeah, that's a thing that happened because of Nintendo, and I love it. In his cameo, KK opens the concert up with New Horizons theme, Welcome Horizons. This is actually the first time the song was played to the public, several months before New Horizons was released. Jokes aside, the concert is actually really cool and I definitely recommend checking it out, whether you're an Animal Crossing fan for the beginning of it or a Splatoon fan for the rest of it. It's just really cool and I want to go someday. Because reasons. Now back to the actual Animal Crossing series. Just like many of the other iconic special characters such as Red and Tom Nook, KK appears in every single Animal Crossing game and piece of media. He's appeared in all of the games and spin-offs, the manga, and in the Animal Crossing movie. In fact, in the movie he plays the song KK Bossa. And get this, in the movie, which is entirely in Japanese, whenever KK sings KK Bossa, that's not Japanese. He sings it in Animalese.
KK Bossaをお願いします。
Okay.
Why? Also, yes, I mean, it's so jarring, but I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think it's hilarious. It's ridiculous, and I'm here for it. Finally, for some obscure in-universe facts about KK. One thing that's changed in the series from the transition from City Folk to a New Leaf is the fact that you can now buy KK CDs as stores. Well, there's actually a reason for that. According to Happy Home Designer, the reason you can now buy these KK CDs as stores is because all the money he earns from them go to charities to take care of kids. Originally, KK was against selling his music, which you can see in several of the older games. But once he found out he could simply give his money to charities, he just did that. Also, according to Happy Home Designer, KK lives just like any other villager you see. KK explains that he catches bugs and fishes, and sells stuff just like everyone else, and only plays music because he enjoys it. Now, this could have changed by New Horizons, seeing as the game implies that KK has done really well. But I think he probably still lives like how he did prior. Like he said, his money goes to charity and he only does music because he loves music. Finally, there's perhaps the most interesting fact about KK, at least to me. In all of the Animal Crossing games, KK will have special songs that you can't actually own. These songs are only played whenever you request a song that isn't a song KK knows. So let's say you request Duel of the Fates or City Escape. KK doesn't know those songs, so instead he'll play one of these. Normally it's just simple tunes and stuff like that. But New Horizons decided to change things up by making KK's secret song an Easter egg to previous games. If you request a song KK doesn't know, there's a small chance that he'll sing the theme song of Animal Crossing Wild World and later City Folk. Honestly, I had no idea this Easter egg existed until my sister told me about it while we were playing online one day. It might be one of my favorite references in the entire series. And there you have it, all the obscure KK facts that I could find so far. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment below what your favorite part of the video is and what your favorite fact about KK is, or favorite KK song, love to hear about that. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And as always, this is AdventureBlur, and I will see you next time.